Thank you very much. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. To members of the media on the call, we are now joined by head coach Scott Satterfield of Appalachian State. If you have a question for Coach Satterfield, please press *1, your telephone's keypad at this time. Coach, before we get to questions, can you give us your thoughts on last week's win against Georgia State and the upcoming game on October 12th against Louisiana Lafayette?
Yeah, I just thought it was a really hard-fought game, especially in the first half last week against Georgia State. Really an old-school defensive battle. 0-0 at halftime. Both defenses were playing really well. And then, just happy for our kids when it came out in the second half and, great opening drive, go down and score a touchdown and pretty much try to gain control of the game. But Georgia State, obviously a good team and played us really well. We're excited about having a few days off now before we play Louisiana Lafayette and on the next Wednesday. And so hopefully we heal up a little bit before we get ready to get ready for those guys.
Thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Steve Baer with the Watauga Democrat.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
Hey, all right.
You mentioned healed up. I guess, of course, the obvious one is Marcus Cox. Is this break coming at a better time for him, you think?
Yeah, he's pretty significant injury on him, so he's been out for a while now, and this gives us a few extra days, and hopefully he'll be able to get going, this weekend with practice, and we'll see. Not only him, we have several wide receivers that were dinged up and that were out as well. So, and some other guys that have been playing that you get some nicks and bruises more after the fifth game of the season. So at this point, I think it's really going to be beneficial for everybody.
You mentioned the receivers.
Yeah, Delton Hopkins missed last week. T.J. Watkins missed last week. Those are two guys that played a really good role in the Akron game that were not out there able to play. And there's a couple other receivers that played that were still not 100%. I think this extra time will get them, 100%.
Now, you guys taking today off too, or what's the?
Yeah. We're taking the next 2 days off. We will get back at it on Wednesday. So that'll be good 2 days off here. We went out yesterday, just basically ran them. Didn't do a whole lot. So, then starting, Thursday it'll be like a Sunday practice for us, so we're just going 6 days prior to the game like we always do.
Did you personally do anything? Did you get a chance to watch NFL games or Sports Center?
No. For me, it was a normal Sunday, really. We came in, graded the film, cleaned up the game from the previous day, and went out and practiced and all that. So it was basically like a normal Sunday for me. We got out of here maybe just a little bit earlier last night, but at the end of the day, we're in the office. So a lot of our guys are out recruiting today and tomorrow. And myself, I'll be in the office, so we're getting a jump on Louisiana Lafayette.
Do you know Lafayette, have you really looked at?
What's that?
It looks like we're having a little connection issue there,
yeah.
Steve. Are you still on the line there, Steve?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. We just had a little connection issue. Please go ahead with your question. Okay, we'll circle back to Steve. I'll pause here for any other questions on the line. Any other media members, you can press *1 at this time on your telephone's keypad. If you have any follow-up questions for head coach Scott Satterfield of Appalachian State. We are going to move on to Brett Stretlow of the Winston-Salem Journal.
Hey, Scott, maybe aside from injuries, are there any priorities in a week like this where, I guess you said it will pretty much start like a regular game week on Wednesday, but any other priorities that maybe a film that kind of are on your mind for this team?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just you get a few extra days to, with some nicks and bruises. We're also going to, Wednesday, we're going to do like the Scout Bowl, which is a scrimmage with our guys that were redshirting. Let the young guys scrimmage a little bit, because a lot of times they're just they're look squads and they're giving us looks for who we're playing. It's always a fun time for them, so we're going to do that on Wednesday. And really that's it, because it's not like a true bye week where you get a full week. We're only getting basically a couple of days extra. So, we'll get back on the normal schedule, after that.
Do you have a Scout Bowl memory that stands out of somebody that kind of really showed you something that ended up, I don't know, surprising you later, or any Scout Bowl memories that stand out to you through the years?
No, not really. I mean, because it's not, you don't go very long. I mean, it may be 25 plays or something like that, and throughout the course of a season, you may do that 2 or 3 times. And so, there's always in each one of those there'll be a player or two that will come out and make some good plays for you. But there's not anything in particular. It really is more than anything. It's a fun time for the guys to get out there and play and get a chance to show kind of how they developed over the course of a season.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Brett. And seeing as there are no questions in the queue, Coach, thank you very much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.